More things change, the more they stay the same. It's new ice, a new season, a new story to write, perfect, and tell.
The goal is go to nationals. Go to nationals, and the minute you get into nationals, it's a one-game series, so anything can happen.
But still, it's Oklahoma and it's UCO. It's a rivalry born on the prairie, baptized in disgust, and raised on ice. Equal distance from the capital city.
Made by Fab.
Equal hatred for the team on the other side.
Passes it back.
The torch keeps passing.
Centering
Same
pass.
as time.
It goes in. Shot by Glass, and it's saved. Made by big shot. Saved. Made by Culbertson Bond.
From Bossy and Joy.
Scott Joy! Scott Joy! Scott Joy!
To Bickford and Rushing.
He scores!
To Payne and Glass.
Tristan Glass ties the game!
It's time to flip this new narrative. We know all about however many games in a row. It's time to remind the hockey world about something we know down in Norman.
There's only one. There's only one. There's only one.
There's only one Oklahoma.
Bickford puts a man down at center ice. Big hit from 24. Saved by Redmond. Rebound. He got that one too. And they coming down the wing. Secret scores! Big shot saved made by Culbertson Bond. Front shot saved by Redmond. He'll hang on. Hello, Oklahoma and hockey fans in the United States and Newfoundland. Welcome to Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. Welcome, everybody. My name is Ben Dackey. With me is my partner in crime, Mr. Caleb Shaw at ice level. We have Amy Acevedo and Lauren Simpkins. We have a very good show for you tonight. Tonight is the night we've been waiting for all season long. The I-35 rivalry returns to the ice.
And it really is what we've been waiting for all season long for this young Sooner team. You know, the difference in this year's team, all the new faces, we haven't talked enough about it, even though we've beat it to death over the entire course of this season. The youth has been so impactful. I'd venture to say that this team's freshman class has spent more minutes on the ice than anybody else in the WCHL, and they're going to come to play tonight in their first ever game against these Bronchos.
Something about the Sooners that we haven't been able to say for the last two seasons is that the wins are finally coming in. The Sooners have 10 on the regular season so far. That's already more than last year's total, and that is obviously very exciting for a couple of reasons. Because they were ranked 24 earlier in the season, that is very close to the benchmark they need to hit to get invited to nationals.
And, you know, we spoke to Coach Arvanitas in the very first episode of Hockey Time in Oklahoma this season. That's the goal, is to get to nationals, because when you get there, anything can happen. And we saw it 2014. This Oklahoma team ran all the way to the semifinals.
Now, Coach Arvanitas probably has his own benchmark, so he might disagree with me on this. But in my estimation, there are two benchmarks for this Oklahoma team to prove that they are different than the ones from years past. Number one, get back to nationals. That I think Coach Arvanitas and I are 100% in agreement on. Number two, beat UCO. UCO has won 13 straight games against OU, dating back to December of 2019, when Scott Joy scored a goal with just seconds in regulation. So to put that in perspective, the leader in points for the Sooners that season was Josh Pusar, who had 11 goals and 19 assists. The number one goalie was Phil Babb, who rocked a .914 save percentage and a .261 goals allowed average. He went 16-10 that year. Josh Berge was the head coach, and that was the final season that the Sooners had before the world shut down due to the coronavirus pandemic.
And this team so far really is the first that has started to kind of recover from what that did to the program. They had a year off the ice, yeah, but they lost so many impactful players that would have been in their final year should they have played that year.
Something that Coach Arvanita said to us when we talked to him during the pregame that really stuck out to me was this is a brand new team that is facing UCO tonight. And the Broncos have not faced about 12 of the names that are rocking the anthracite uniforms tonight.
Yeah, so many freshmen on this roster. It's hard to even count the amount of impacts they've had so far this year. But look on the other side, too. In white tonight, the Broncos, they have a lot of new faces on the blue line. It'll be interesting to see how the Sooners attack them, and presumably Doug Wakeland starting in net.
Now we are going to send things to ice level for Amy Acevedo and Lauren Simpkins. Ladies, what do you have for us?
Acevedo alongside Lauren Simpkins. We are down here on ice level, and there's an incredible atmosphere and crowd in the house tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there really is tonight. You can really sense the tension between both fan bases. It's really interesting to see as well.
Yes, and we were lucky enough to talk to Coach before the game, and he talked a lot about this is the administration's, intro to this series, and that this is not about looking to the past, it's about looking to the future, and he was really proud of the development that he saw the team grow on the road.
Yeah, even with the rough road stretch, even with that, he was happy to see how his team developed, and he was happy to see how quickly they developed as well.
Exactly. He wants to minimize the team's scoring chances. UCO lost their 2 games against Jamestown, and he wants to keep UCO's shot out wide, get them few shots as little, to help OU win more scoring chances.
That's right. Even Coach talked about their game against Arizona, which was very interesting as well. They actually had a win against the 7th-ranked Arizona. He talked about how they had 3 great periods of hockey and how they came up with 1 win and split with the series with Arizona, which they're very impressed by.
Yes, exactly. And he wants his team to set the tempo, set the pace, play their style of hockey, and not give in to the team to, set the game, set the pace, and make sure things go how they want them to go outside the gate.
Yes. And like Amy said before, they're looking towards the present and the future, nothing in the past.
Exactly. That's all we got down here from now. Back to you guys.
And we're back. Ladies, thank you so much for that in-depth reporting. That's Big J journalism that we teach here.
It absolutely is. This pipeline, the OU Hockey TV pipeline, it's starting to form because we have so many alumni in great positions now. If you guys are watching, shout out to Ben Thomas and Matt Bowling, wherever you may be tonight.
The gentleman who came before us set a very strong foundation. They kind of left before things got maybe a little bit fuzzy with things that we had to run through. Maybe our old home there in the Crow's Nest in the far corner.
Yeah, not where you want to be when you're broadcasting a rivalry game, but we're back at center ice this year where we need to be really to get this done the right way. And warm-ups have just ended here. They're starting to clean the ice one more time before we get going, and you can really feel the tension building in here across from us in the very full bleachers.
Now, Caleb, with the atmosphere of a setting and a setting such as this, it always gets me thinking, man, I love Rivalry Week. But you know what university I have a bit of an affinity for? I had a coach back in the day who played hockey for the Western Michigan Bronchos. Western Michigan University, gorgeous campus, beautiful, beautiful campus, very nice hockey uniforms, with the brown and the gold. And it's a very nice campus out there in Kalamazoo, Michigan, very nice people. But my favorite thing about that university is they know how to spell the word Broncos.
They do, and I can't help but notice, Ben, just how many, season ticket holders down at Gaylord Family Memorial Stadium there are here tonight wearing blue and yellow.
A lot of OU football fans here tonight. That's always good to see. It's good to see that the brand is strong across this great state of Oklahoma. The Sooner State, I believe, is what it's called. Is that right, the Sooner State?
It certainly is.
Now, the OU-UCO rivalry has become known as the I-35 rivalry, and this has always been a highlight of mine. Every year, no matter how good or bad one of these teams may be, it's always competitive. Maybe not so much in recent years, but this is an OU team, I think, that has a really good shot to take down UCO and end that awful streak.
Yeah, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be this squad this year. They were knocking on the door last season. They were shut out twice, but in those other 2 games, they played them, in one of them, to the last 15 seconds of the game before finally, a bad bounce went the wrong way. And this is a team that's not relying on bad bounces this year. This is a team relying on their speed, their skill, and as we spoke to on Wednesday, all the size they've added.
A bit of a standings update. The WCHL, as always, is a very competitive and very, I wouldn't say top-heavy division, because I would argue that every team in the WCHL could compete for a spot at Nationals, but OU no longer holds the top spot. UCO has surpassed them with the UNLV Rebels sitting at second, and OU is now in third. But something to keep in mind, OU had a points percentage last year of .267. Going into tonight, they have a points percentage of .608. That is more than double, Caleb.
And that's right around the mark you want to be at to make Nationals come springtime.
And I just want to talk more about that Scott Joy goal. That was, talk a bit more details into that game. That was my first experience with OU-UCO, and I didn't know how big this rivalry could get with just how much these teams don't like each other. But to put a bit of a personal spin on this, I was the backup color commentator at that point, and you were not with the program.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a generation ago, and it almost literally is.
And the goal call from Matt Bowling, where he goes, Scott Joy, Scott Joy, Scott Joy. That is absolutely beautiful. You saw it in our little hype video there. And you know, Caleb, a lot of people have come up to me to compliment you on your just wonderful video making skills.
Well, thank you. It's just something I like to keep in the back pocket.
Now, looking at the Sooners roster, Nate Payne is still leading the way in points. He's got 9 goals and 10 assists. And Ben Mondu has 4 goals and 14 assists. Now, something to keep in mind, Tristan Glass led the team last year with 18 points. Nate Payne has already passed that, and Mondu has tied him. Tristan Glass himself already has 15 points on the season, so he's probably going to set a new career high in a Sooners uniform. And Andrew Lowe, another newcomer, 8 goals, 8 assists for 16 points. So you have 4 guys right there who are already around the benchmark for scoring for OU last year.
And starting to really climb their way up the all-time leaderboards. We haven't talked about this much in recent years, but Tristan Glass in particular, leading scorer on the active roster, and he's starting to climb into the top 30 all-time in Sooner scoring.
And for a local guy like Tristan Glass, that's got to be pretty cool.
No doubt, and we've seen his younger brother getting a lot of valuable ice time this year as well, and starting to put some points up. So a family affair here on OU hockey, and it really is up and down the roster, truly a family affair.
Now a bit of a status update on the UCO Broncos. They are sitting at 13-3 on the season. Now in the NFL, that would be a very good regular season back in the day before they changed the schedule. But 2 of those losses are what happened to them 2 weeks ago when the University of Jamestown Jimmies came in and actually swept UCO for back-to-back wins.
Yeah, and Jamestown's a fantastic program coming up out of the Northern Plains where a lot of great ACHA programs reside, just like Minot State we've already mentioned once in this broadcast tonight. But to be swept at home, that's not what UCO expects to happen. That's not the standard for this program. And they're going to come out tonight on all cylinders looking to correct it against the team they consider their arch rival.
This is going to be a very fun game, but UCO, you have to look at that roster. Sam Sykes, Winnipeg Zone, leading not only the Broncos, but the WCHL in points with 15 goals and 12 assists. And Arvanitas, he mentioned him, not quite by name, but by number.
Yeah, they did. And the entire starting lineup for this team is what we expected. It's Sam Sykes, Cash Regan, Zach Guerra, and Guerra in particular, a Sooner killer last year, scored the opening goal in the final game of the season for Oklahoma.
It is, I feel like a lot of these guys on UCO's rosters could get the label of Sooner killer. This has just been such a one-sided matchup for the last 4 years, and to be honest, I'm ready to turn the page.
Yeah, it really is time to see a more competitive product on the ice, and that's what we've seen this year so far. The Sooners are competing against conference opponents, and this is, for the moment, the toughest conference in the ACHA, save for maybe the new division that's been developed and will be coming along in the next couple of years.
Now UCO is returning a lot of faces. This is a much older roster than what the Sooners are accustomed to facing, and the Sooners themselves are a quite young roster, but one of their new players, Cash Regan, he spent his last 3 years in the Kootenay International Junior Hockey League up in Saskatoon, or in British Columbia. He averaged a point per game with the Kimberley Dynamiters, and this is his first season with the Broncos.
And he's already averaging a point per game here as well, and speak of some of the Broncos that have had a story against the Sooners, Vitaly Mikhailov seems like he's been here forever, listed as a senior, starting to creep up not just the all-time UCO scoring, but the all-time WCHL and ACHA scoring ranks.
We are quite familiar with the big Russian known as Vitaly Mikhailov. We've called his name quite a few times in this booth and the other booth, but looking forward to seeing him play again. There are a lot of talented players on this UCO roster.
Yeah, I mean, talent just oozes from the lineup, and it shows that they can have so much turnover on their roster and still be so productive early on in the season, only holding those 3 losses so far in the year.
Now, I think we are going to step aside and take a break here as the events begin to get started. We will be right back for the first period of action, but until then, I'm Ben Dacu, this is Caleb Shaw, and you're watching Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
rock this house.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. My name is Ben Dacu. To my left, out here in the dark, is Caleb Shaw.
Yeah, we're left out not very much to see right now besides the light show going on at the eastern edge of the West Rink here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Broncos being introduced right now. But let's take a look at the Sooners starting lineup this year. Starting in net, as we've grown so accustomed to this year, Brendan Culbertson Bond. And Ben, he's really been making a name for himself this year and solidifying himself as one of the best goalies in this team's recent history.
When BCB is on, you've always got a shot. We're going to step aside for the national anthem. As the spirit of the Pride of Oklahoma plays us onto the ice, here we go. Finally, I-35 rivalry is here.
And we get one more look at the lineups before we are ready to go this evening. Starting up front for the Sooners, as we've gone used to again this year, Payne, Mondu, and Lowe, their best scoring line. For the Broncos up front, it's going to be Regan, Sykes, and Guerra. Taylor and Dubecki on the back end. Doug Wakeland, the stalwart between the pipes for UCO tonight, and 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get this thing underway, Ben.
Oh, Caleb, this is going to be fun. What do you say, fellas? It's your last series in 2023. Let's make it a good one, eh?
Lot to play for here. State pride, most of all, and for Ben Mondu in his very first I-35 rivalry at center ice, ready to take it.
Mondu and Regan to the dot, and UCO wins this round. UCO plays it back into the neutral zone. Force it forward for Guerra. Guerra has the puck, tries to pull through, stood up by Howe.
And we expected him to start fast, maybe not that fast. Howe went down in the background of the play, so did Lowe.
Mondu chipping it forward. Mondu trying to get a backhand pass, sends it behind the net, playing it up to the point. No, he plays it backwards for Payne. Payne tries to get it to Howe. Puck bouncing a bit. Sooners might have to regroup. He's Andrew Lowe. Andrew Lowe, shot tipped wide. Sooners forechecking now. UCO on the breakout now. Guerra on the right wing. Headman pass. Here comes Sykes. League leading in score. Side to Guerra. Guerra backhand. Saved easily by Bond. Trying to find a man on the doorstep, and it goes wide.
That was what you want to do if you're UCO. You don't want BCB to see the shot. They had the back door open, just no one to connect there.
Andrew Lowe. Mondu tells Andrew Lowe to keep going forward. Sooners get a change. And Lowe did not get across the line, and we will get an icing call.
First stoppage of the night. So let's just take a moment to realize that only 55 seconds of time has expired, and we're going to get an early penalty here. It looks like Sam Sykes is heading to the box.
I didn't see the call, nor did I see the hand signal from the official, but the Sooners will definitely take this opportunity.
And we spoke in the open, converting on the power play is going to be a big part of the recipe tonight for the Sooners.
Brendan Sinclair back in his usual spot on the far point. Will Blake tried to find Hal, but it's chipped forward by number 18. That is Stalzer, Adam Stalzer. Sooners play back. UCO playing a bit of catch in the OU zone. OU plays it behind their own net. Tristan Davison out there as well on that left wing. Matthew Demanchuk out there well. Davison turns it over. Stalzer playing with the puck down low. Tries to find a man on the doorstep. Save made by Culbertson Bond.
That's what we expect here. They were really aggressive on the penalty kill last year. Let's take a look at what happened out in front of Culbertson Bond there. 1:35 to go on the power play for Oklahoma. Backhand play looking for the back door as one of the lights flickered for a moment in here.
There's too much electricity on the ice.
Twice now they've tried the back door, so expect the Sooners to probably try to key in on that the rest of the way.
Jamison St. Clair does not win this round. Nate Payne with it. Sooners with 1:30 left on this power play.
It's such an aggressive PK as well from UCO.
Tristan Glass with the now. Stops and starts, trying to find a lane to work with, and he gets it up to Lowe. Lowe spins, protects the puck. Sends it back down for Glass. Glass can't play it. Stick handles around a man, and here goes Tristan Glass. Glass will get it in deep. Mondu gives chase. UCO gets there first. Broncos on the breakout. Barone can't hold it in. Puck goes all the way back down the ice. Sooners will have to regroup.
You know, it really feels like a lot of time's been wasted. They still have half this power play, and they can get some fresh legs out there.
Barone with a dangerous pass, but gets it out of the zone. Mondu coming down the left wing. Mondu working against DeBecke. Mondu trying to move forward. UCO whaps it on the roll. Sooners get it down low for Andrew Lowe. Puck still down low. Glass plays it up for Payne. Payne gets it up to the point. That's Barone. Barone, D-to-D for Mondu. Mondu, shot, deflected and save made by Doug Wakeland. His first test of the night. Andrew Lowe with it, sends it up high for Payne. Payne can't keep it in, and the Sooners will have to get a regroup.
20 seconds to go if they can make something happen. One more rush here, and out comes Will Blake.
Sooners getting a change here. Will Blake and Blake Swearingen among the new Sooners on the ice. Will Baird out there as well. Declan Martin moving in.
He scored in the I-35 game last year.
And another long deposit from UCO. That will end the OU power play. Not a lot of chances there, but you got to start somewhere.
And they did generate a little bit of zone time. They generated a shot on net.
Martin checked. Will Blake tries to get it to the offensive zone. OU gets it in deep. Wakeland plays it. Turns it over to Blake. Nice play there by UCO to recover. David Burton with a nice play.
It's such a disciplined team, especially in a tie game or when they have the lead, as OU forces an icing here and they can catch their breath.
Swearingen wins that foot race with Sam Sykes to earn that whistle.
Take a look at what is OU's first and only shot on goal of the game so far. They were still in the power play. Mondu directing traffic on the back end. He was the only one that really had any kind of a lane, and it was tipped out in front, but Doug Wakeland saw it all the way. You're going to need to get something that he can't see.
Puck stuck on the wall. Tristan Glass moving forward, pulls through a man, skates. Can't get through another UCO player, and UCO responds with a rush of their own. Here they come. A little bit of patty cake action there. Back and forth, back and forth. UCO takes possession in their defensive zone. Kraus tries to find Regan. Demanchuk quick on the forecheck there and forces it back to Wakeland. Wakeland plays it. Wakeland being very not conservative with his puck playing thus far this evening. Sinclair stands into a passing lane rather. UCO moving in. Barone with a nice play there. Bit of a back and forth there as Barone puts a man down. Tristan Davison skating forward. Pass goes back for Barone.
Sinclair got a shove as well at the end of that play. Nothing doing, though. The officials say play on.
Demanchuk chips Sinclair. Sinclair moving in slowly, pulling to his backhand. He'll chip it off the boards. Gets it all the way back down low. Cavalcanti is with him. UCO takes back possession.
Cavalcanti's been streaky, and Sinclair has had a slower start to the season than you'd expect. So maybe together they can be. Whoa!
What a save by Culbertson Bond! And as is Arctic Edge tradition at this point, the net on the right of us is off its pegs.
Let's take a look at what happened there as you're trying to speak to the speed of play so far, and BCB makes his best save of the night.
Carter Iha to the dots. Brendan Sinclair, his opponent. This one is won by UCO. Burton with it. Checked by an OU player, and the puck is shot wide. Here's Williams. Williams, sharp angle shot, and it's saved by Culbertson Bond. And a bit of a poke there at BCB as the Sooners get the puck out of the zone. Cavalcanti's giving chase. Icing is not waved off.
And the Sooners needed to win that race there. 15-13 to go in the first period. Feels like we've been playing for 20 minutes already with the speed and intensity of the game so far. Don't know who it was. I think it was Davidson, Brendan Davidson, that took a hit up high behind the play. Seems to be all right, though.
Once more onto the faceoff dot. St. Clair and Sinclair on the faceoff, and Sinclair wins this round. Goldstein back for Swearingen. Swearingen gets it to Davison. Davison finds Sinclair, and Sinclair has space. Here he comes, moving down the left wing, and he's hooked. That's going to be a penalty on UCO. And UCO touches up. There's the whistle, and OU will go to 5-on-4.
So we had been speaking before the last UCO rush about how Sinclair's had a bit of a slower start to the season than you might expect from him, and Cavalcanti's been a really streaky player to start this year so far. Maybe them on a line together can start producing something and really unlock both of their scoring threat, because we know it's there.
Arvanita sending out Lowe and Mondu, two of his top line players. Tristan Glass on that right wing to join them. Barone and Payne on the points. And this one will go to UCO as they send it all the way back down the ice. Barone plays it with a little help from Culbertson Bond.
I think it's going to be important for the Sooners to generate some offensive zone faceoffs on this power play if they really want to get established and be threatening. They just can't do it from their own end.
Sam Sykes being quite aggressive on this forecheck as the Sooners try to get out of their zone, and here they come. Nate Payne has Mondu. Payne chips it for Mondu. Mondu loses it. Sooners still trying to make a few passes here. Tristan Glass spins, moving down low. Pass for Payne. Lowe standing in front of the goalie. Payne working with the space that he's given. Passes across the zone for Mondu. Mondu moving in. Finds a man in the slot. That's Glass. Glass's shot is tipped wide.
Great play by J.C. Dubecki right in the low slot there. Deflects it off the forehand side of his stick.
Glass moving in. Moves to his forehand. Shot is blocked. Pass back to the OU point. Here's Payne. Payne with a shot. Blocked by Glass. A little friendly fire. Glass with a shot. Blockered away by Wakeland. Or paddled away, I should say, by Wakeland.
Yeah, I caught that one at a weird angle, and Mondu was waiting for a rebound that never came because of how that came off of Wakeland's stick.
Sooners already getting more chances on this power play than they did on their first opportunity, and that's going to be a problem. Turnover behind the OU net. Sooners recover. Bit of sloppy play behind Culbertson Bond's crease. Sooners trying to break out now. Howe stops and protects the puck. Howe wraps around for Tristan Davison. Davison can't hold on. Stalls her with it, has Iha. Iha couldn't get a shot off. Sends it back to the point, and UCO will regroup.
They have to have seen something that they're keying in on to be trying to go backdoor and play so far below BCB's crease so far in the night.
Well, when Arvanitas' system is working, the Sooners do a very good job of keeping traffic away from Culbertson Bond and keeping it at the periphery of the offensive zone. Cullen Hogan moving in. Puck goes around the zone. Bronchos back to full strength. Here's Shura. Shura wraps it around. Barone's going to get there first. Oh, no, he will not. Hogan does. Puck makes it to the point. Bounces off the official. Hogan moves it down low. Picked off by Hunter Howe. Howe chips it off the wall for Demanchuk. Demanchuk, and he will get it out of the OU zone, and UCO will give chase. Icing is called, and we'll get another face-off in the OU zone.
Really close call for icing there as the officials give some of the boys in gray here tonight a talking to. Maybe OU close to getting a penalty of their own. Both of their shots on goal coming on the power play so far, one apiece. And if they can keep withstanding the pressure of UCO, they're in a pretty good position to play the kind of game they want to. Be gritty and grindy and, maybe not rely on flashy plays of individual excellence.
This draw one back by UCO. Guerra tries to find DeBecky. DeBecky can't keep it in the zone. UCO will have to regroup. OU takes over. Demanchuk tries to find a man in the middle of the zone, but it'll go all the way back to DeBecky. DeBecky moving in, coming down that left wing. Played by Barone, moving down wide. Tries to backhand, and a save is made by Culbertson Bond.
Another big save from 31. We've seen him make some circus stops this year, especially on their most recent road trip, and we'll get another look at this one as it looks like the net came off again at the end of it.
I'm telling you, there is something wrong with the pegs that they use in this goal. It's always that one.
And it was the far peg from our vantage point that ended up getting moved a little bit tonight. 12:18 to go.
Colin Hogan does not win this draw for UCO. Nice play by Andrew Lowe to pick up that puck. And he will turn it over to DeBecky. DeBecky with a long shot, and it's blocked by Mondu.
Mondu has fantastic vision up there near the point and in the high slot. That's why he plays that spot on the power play.
And UCO is going to get another penalty kill out of this for a hit from behind. Andrew Lowe was the victim of that call, or excuse me, the victim of the hit, rather.
Let's slow it down for you and see if we can figure out exactly what happened to Andrew Lowe.
Andre Blaha is called for a cross-check.
And right there, very clearly, middle of your screen. Good to see 88 get right back up from that one. Andrew Lowe, he'll be right on the ice for the power play upcoming as well.
Mondu back to the faceoff dot for this one. And UCO wins that one. Artem Shura played that puck down low for the Broncos. Andrew Lowe trying to move through. Gets it up for high for Barone. Barone goes for Mondu. Mondu for Payne. Payne moving in. Shot. Save made by Wakeland.
Heady play by Tristan Glass to start that by coming into the forecheck right off the draw. If he doesn't do that, this puck's all the way down the ice within a couple seconds.
Barone with it. Tries to find Glass. St. Clair moving through the neutral zone. St. Clair will get it all the way back down the ice, and the Sooners will have to regroup. Here's Mondu. Matthew Jamanchuk on the ice now. Mondu picking up speed, going down the right wing. Stops, turns the puck over. Here's Iha.
Yeah, maybe a good choice to stop up where he did on that play. He
nice
was lined
play
up.
by Howe to pick off that pass, and he'll send it right back to Wakeland. Puck wraps around the boards. No one has possession yet. Will Blake carries it offside, and we get a stoppage in play.
Just to mention Hunter Howe again early on in this game tonight. He's been very calm as the top pairing defenseman. He's had a few different partners this year. He's really been the anchor of this defense. And earlier, loose puck in front of Culbertson Bond. He scoops it up and doesn't do what someone nervous would do. He keeps it himself, doesn't throw it in the middle, and calmly deposits it out of the zone.
Shots are sitting at 5-2 right now in favor of the Broncos. Sooners haven't gotten a lot of opportunities on Doug Wakeland, but they are getting a bit more possession than perhaps they would in previous matchups between these two teams. Here's Sinclair. Sinclair picking up speed, now into the neutral zone. He has Will Blake with him, and he'll dump it in deep. Wraps around the boards. Tristan Davidson gets there, tries to get it for Blake. Puck gets back down for David Burton. And a stick is caught in that Zamboni door. We've seen that a couple of times over the years.
Yeah, there's some.
And the puck is forced out of play.
Some lively end boards here at the Arctic Edge Ice Arena. That, not the least of them.
I've lost a stick or two to the demon in the Zamboni door before, Caleb.
So Goldstein and Barone, the two tallest defensemen for the Sooners, will come out on this power play unit. See Coach Arvanitis using two defensemen up at the blue line this time. Maybe keeping an eye on the clock with 27 seconds before UCO will get Andre Blaha back.
And the puck is forced forward by the Broncos. Goldstein takes over, gets it over to Barone. Barone has Lowe. Lowe tries to just chip it in. Doesn't quite get the result he was looking for as UCO will send it all the way back down the ice. Culbertson Bond will leave it. And interesting, Culbertson Bond appears to be wearing a new mask, a pristine white mask as opposed to what he's worn in the past.
Did notice that. His other one, as Mondu took a stick up high.
Here's Cooper Kraus. Kraus, and Goldstein trips Kraus, and the ref's not going to let that one go. Sooners to the penalty kill.
See if we have a clear look at it as they came right under our perch here at center ice. Collision between Mondu and I believe that was Sam Sykes at center ice. And right there, middle of your screen, Goldstein takes down a charging Bronco into the zone, and now the Sooners are going to have a big test here on the penalty kill. All the momentum with UCO here early.
And there appears to be something on the ice that caught the attention of Adam Stalzer. Whatever it was, the linesman picked it up. And we're back. And the Christmas music has permeated through the confines of Arctic Edge. Shura goes for Mikhailov. Mikhailov back for Shura. Shura back to the left wing. Back for Burton, and a stave made. Puck goes wide. Mikhailov has it. Going to be dangerous when he has the puck. Back up for Burton. Burton for Iha. Iha. Drops for Hogan. Hogan back for Burton. Burton back for Stalzer. Stalzer moving in. Pass down low. Iha moving in, and he scores! Carter Iha puts the Broncos up 1-0.
Well, let's take a look at what happened. Looks like he just got BCB moving from right to left and came back, tucked it the other direction.
Culberson Bond still appears to be struggling with the goalpost. That net was off by the time the puck was in the net. And we're back to center ice. Puck is kept back by St. Clair to Dubecki. Dubecki gets it over for Taylor. Taylor gets a headman pass. Here comes the Broncos. Doucette spins, can't keep it. Tristan Glass with it, trying to find somewhere to go. Gets it over to Barone. Barone pushes up to Davison. Davison does get it out of the zone. Puck is still in the neutral zone and gets sent all the way back down the ice. Barone gives chase. St. Clair with it. St. Clair forces Barone to turn that over. St. Clair with it behind BCB. Barone puts down St. Clair.
Little retaliatory hit there. Gets away with it. Don't fall into that trap here against a team that you know is going to take their penalties. Don't take yours.
Glass gets it out of the zone, and UCO is caught offside. Much to the chagrin of Jeff Redmond.
Never out of a game, but, toughest opponent they faced all year, and the Sooners really have come in a little bit flat to start tonight.
That is exactly what Coach Arvanites said they could not have happen, but it does look like the Sooners are playing a step or two slower tonight. Puck now in the neutral zone. The Sooners send it right back to Shura. Shura goes D-to-D for Kraus. And Kraus shovels it out of play. We'll get another stoppage in play.
Product of that low glass on the far side here. The netting that would normally be just at the goal ends of the rink, I guess you could say, north and south ends of the rink, extends all the way around here at Arctic Edge.
Howe and Horn are the defensemen with Will Blake, Will Baird, and Declan Martin, the forwards in front of them. And UCO wins this one as well. Headman pass, here they come. Here's DeBroker, or excuse me, that was Robbie Rebroker. And Sooners trying to get it out. Shura plays it off the boards. Blaha plays it behind Culberson Bond. Blaha looking for the point, finds Shura. Shura goes D-to-D for Kraus. Kraus, long shot, and it's deflected wide. Blaha with it now. Blaha back for Shura. Shura with a long pass, tried to find a man in front to tip it, and it goes wide. Colin Hogan there. Finds a man in the slot. Slap shot saved by Culberson Bond. And we're going to have a bit of a brouhaha in front of Culberson Bond's crease. Andre Blaha stirring the pot a little bit. The lone Czech on UCO's roster.
Looks like he was the one that got the shot away as well late in the play there. 8-2 the shots on goal total as we head towards this most recent faceoff at 7:52. 1-0 where it counts.
Face-off is won back by Sinclair. Barone plays it behind the net. Cavalcanti, a couple of Broncos in his face, picking up speed, moving behind Culbertson Bond's net. Looks for a pass. Finds Glass, and Glass finds Sinclair. Sinclair, stick handling, will get it in deep. Icing is waved off, and Sinclair gives chase. Pass for Sam Sykes. Sykes dumps it off for a defenseman. Here comes Guerra. Guerra, he has Williams with him. Guerra trying to cut wide. Loses the footing. Pass to the slot. Score! Cash Regan strikes. 2-0 UCO.
There's a lot of youthful talent on this team. And what they've tried all game so far is to get the puck below BCB's crease, get it behind him, and then play from there where he's not very comfortable. It's what they've done so far, and it's led to both of their goals as the linesman really wants to get things over with here, it seems like. He really wants this face-off to get on with.
Aren't these guys paid by the hour? Long clearing attempt goes wide of Culbertson Bond. Hunter Howell plays it. Chips it off the wall for Payne. Payne tries to get it for Mondu. Mondu tries to get through Williams. Mondu still trying to force forward. Sam Sykes standing tall on the blue line. Keeps it in, and offside is called.
Another point for Sam Sykes as well, assisting on that one. Just adding to his total so far this year.
Mondu plays it back for Howe. Howe goes D-to-D for Swearingen. Swearingen moving into the neutral zone. Dumps it forward. Icing is waved off. Wakeland plays it. Passes it back for Taylor. Taylor gets a breakout pass for Mikhailov. Mikhailov doesn't get there first, and here he is. Pass is blocked by Sooners, and OU takes possession. Mondu chips it off the wall for Lowe. UCO takes possession again. Here's DeBecky. And Swearingen will get it in deep. Carter Eha with it now. Sends it over to DeBecky. UCO slowing it down a little bit. Sooners on the forecheck. And puck trickles all the way back down to Barone. Barone goes D-to-D for Swearingen. Swearingen, long pass for Lowe. Can't connect. Icing still waved off. Sooners will get a change.
Swearingen went down behind the play. No call given there as it was really kind of his own accord. And Sooners get a partial change out of this and now a stoppage.
Connor Horn nearly put into the UCO bench. And a gathering of officials now. Carter Eha in the ref's ear, probably telling him, I didn't do anything. Not the start OU wanted, Caleb.
Certainly not. About 14 minutes into the game here, you know, you'd have a TV timeout in the NHL here, a time to catch your breath. No such thing in the ACHA, but an offensive zone draw to work with.
Puck bounces between a couple of players. Demanchuk and Davison really stuck, and UCO will ship it out of play. The low glass at Arctic Edge has caused a few stoppages in play in its day.
Puck will stay in the Broncos zone, so Sooners with an opportunity here, but they've been given a few opportunities in this game. Just haven't cashed in on one yet.
UCO is just so aggressive on the forecheck, especially in their defensive zone. And this draw is won by Glass. Glass pulls to his forehand, blockered away by Wakeland. Howe chips in deep. Demanchuk finds Davison. Doesn't get him. Puck wrapped around the boards. Barone trying to keep it in. And UCO gets it. UCO carrying it through the zone. Here's Redmond. Redmond tries to find Shura. Shura kept away by Howe, and it will be covered up by Culbertson Bonds.
ECB will elect to keep that one. Take a look at the most recent OU shot from Glass, or rather, this is the attempt that BCB just now covered up. Excuse me.
One-timer off the face-off, saved by Culbertson Bond, and we'll get another defensive zone draw here for the Sooners. Sooners have been Much improved in the faceoff dot so far this season from years past, but UCO has just been dominating in faceoff so far this evening.
And they're winning the ones that count. They're taking them on the power plays, on the penalty kill. Their special teams have been excellent tonight.
This one is won back by OU as OU does get it out of the zone. Cooper Kraus with it. Kraus finds Shura, waiting for the play to develop here. Pounce, puck bouncing back and forth. Declan Martin giving chase. Cooper Kraus with it behind his net. Hit by Martin, and UCO on the breakout. And puck goes off Will Blake's skate, finds Cooper Kraus again. Kraus finds Rebroker. Rebroker chips it in deep. Carson Bassett gives chase. Bassett finds Goldstein. Goldstein finds a man in the zone. Here comes Declan Martin. Sooners have numbers. Here comes Declan Martin. He has Will Blake. Long shot is covered up by Wakeland, and we'll get an offensive zone draw for OU.
Take a look at Tristan Glass's opportunity. Last time the Sooners had an offensive zone draw and won it back. Hunter Howe was there to try to make something happen behind the net and put some pressure and get this Bronco defense moving around a little bit more, but still nothing doing right now for the Sooners offense. Just the 4 shots on goal to open up the game.
Sinclair back to the faceoff dot. Tries to kick it to a teammate. UCO takes it. And turnover there. Sooners back with it. Sinclair backhands it deep into the zone. Wakeland plays it. Backhands it for Williams. Williams gets it for Burton. Burton flicks it, tries to flick it out of the zone. Barone stands tall on the blue line. And the puck ends up all the way back for Hunter Howe. Hunter Howe almost turns it over. Williams with it. Sooners trying to move forward. And here comes Logan Cavalcanti one-on-one. Sykes on his back. Cavalcanti pulls through, gets it on his backhand, and Cash Regan comes in and breaks up the play.
Best chance of the evening so far for the Sooners with Logan Cavalcanti coming in there as Davison throws a hit for good measure. Barone in combat at center ice as well.
And OU maybe showing a little bite back here as the period goes into its final quarter. Sharp angle shot is sticked away by Wakeland, and another stoppage in play.
Let's take a look at what led to that play for Cavalcanti here. Gets a stick on it in the high slot of his own defensive zone, and from there it's just a foot race and gets past its defender with a great windmill deke. And like you said, Ben, the stupendous freshman Cash Regan comes back on the back check and makes a great play to break that one up.
From Old Alberta, Cash Regan. Tristan Glass tries to force it forward, and it's saved away by Wakeland. OU standing tall at their point, trying to keep the puck in, and they don't. UCO gets it out of the zone. Stalzer turns it over to Bassett. Bassett tries to find Davison. Doesn't get him. Taylor with it, playing it behind the UCO net. Mikhailov tips it for Demanchuk. Demanchuk doesn't get it all the way in. Here's DeBecke. Long clearing attempt. OU back with it behind their net. Swearingen tries to backhand it, turns it over. And Demanchuk with it now down low in the OU zone. And he will shovel it all the way out to UCO's defensive zone. And a penalty is called on UCO.
Very back end of the play, Ben. You can see it starting to happen. Blake Swearingen took a heck of a hit with the puck, probably about 5 or 6 feet away from him already. We can only see the back end of it here, but I believe that's what the call was for. Demanchuk cleared it out of the zone right away as soon as it happened. Arm was up since then.
Was that a hit to the head call, Caleb?
I did not catch the call below us.
Well, regardless of what the call was, the Sooners are back on the power play for the 4th time in this period. And if they want to start eating into this lead, they need to take over on this power play.
Really like to get one back here, especially going into the locker room. Just over 3 minutes left in the first period.
Puck wrapped around. Payne can't keep it in the zone. Sooners will have to regroup. Payne finds Barone. Barone back for Payne. Guerra being very aggressive on this forecheck. UCO just in general being very aggressive defensively, and OU struggling to get the puck out of their zone. And that could be trouble for Nate Payne. Nate Payne moving into the neutral zone. 3-on-3. Nate Payne moving in. Finds Mondu. Mondu with it. Shot score! Ben Mondu! We got a couple Canadians in here too.
Let's take a look at what happened. Nate Payne, coast to coast, finds Ben Mondu. And last time we were here, Ben, we talked about him needing to crack into the goal column a little bit more. He's done it tonight. And now the Sooners are right back in this thing.
Finally, we have life.
They've solved the puzzle that is Doug Wakeland, if you'll permit me to borrow one of your quips this year, as he shut the Sooners out last year in his 2 appearances.
Very big goal there for the Sooners. Now we're cooking. Now this is going to get fun. Carter Aja with it, sends it into the neutral zone. Blake stands up. Here's Stalzer, or excuse me, that's Mikhailov. Mikhailov pulling to his backhand, moving down low, loses his footing. Gets behind Culbertson Bond's net. Sooners keeping him to the outside of the zone. Tries to get a man behind the net. Puck bouncing. Stalzer with it. Stalzer tagged by Blake. A couple of Sooners and a couple of Broncos. Mikhailov with it. Mikhailov, first shot, save made by Culbertson Bonds. Puck still loose in the crease, and it trickles out.
That net is off on the far side.
Hunter Howe moving. Hunter Howe has a bit of space, and he'll take it. Moving down the left wing into the neutral zone, and Declan Martin will get it in deep. Sooners will get a full sail change.
And Will Bard stays out to forecheck. That's going to be the toughest 2 minutes of the season for this Sooners team right here.
Becky, long pass for Payne. The arm goes up. Sooners were offside, so they'll have to take a step back. Here's Dubecki again. Dubecki moving down the left wing. Finds DeBroker. DeBroker checked by Horn. Horn with it behind the net, and UCO still with it. Pass to the point. That's Burton. Burton. Long pass, and it's turned over to Connor Horn. Connor Horn finds Payne. Here's Nate Payne again. Here's Payne. Shot. Save made by Wakeland.
The crowd is into it here tonight. It's the Boomer Sooner Barn in the last couple minutes. 1:44 to go. Sooners starting to claw their way back in the shots on goal total. They've halved it where it counts. And, you know, even despite the 2 goals coming in a down low area where you want to be protecting better, I think you might go into the locker room feeling pretty positive about yourself right now.
Nate Payne taking it over like a top-line player should. Hunter Howe chips it off the boards, finds Mondu behind Wakeland's crease. Here's Payne. Passes up high for Barone. Barone with a one-time wrist shot, and it's blocked, and it's tipped wide. Mondu tried to find Payne up high, and now here comes UCO. Andre Blaha chips it in deep.
You know where they're going to go.
And Blaha, backdoor, puts it in.
That's where they've been so good when they play OU in recent years, is responding. Whenever the Sooners are able to get one back, it seems like the Broncos immediately are able to get one of their own. And with 1:21 to go, they've re-extended this lead back out to 2.
Every single one of UCO's goals has come from the periphery of Culbertson Bond's crease. If the Sooners are going to stay in this game, they need to lock up around Culbertson Bond's net. Sykes. Oh, man. And the puck is chipped down low for Culbertson Bond. Culbertson Bond will close or cover this one. Sam Sykes gives him a bit of a snow shower as the crowd lets us know just who the home team is this evening. Regan wins this one back. Burden chips it low for Sykes, and a one-timer whiff as the puck trickles back to UCO zone. Burton backhands it off the boards. Here's Blake. Blake will just send it back for Wakeland. Wakeland plays another puck. Wakeland is a bit of a point guard back there, starting a lot of rushes there for the Broncos. And we're in the final 45 seconds of this period as UCO starts another rush. Pass across the zone. Pass tried to find Sykes. Sykes, sharp angle shot, tipped off the net. Here's Williams. Williams, wrist shot, tipped and it goes wide. Tristan Davidson gives chase, tries to tip it off the boards, and it gets out of the zone. Sam Sykes plays it. Checked by Demanchuk. And turned over for Swearingen. Swearingen tries to find Davison, doesn't get through a couple of UCO players. And Davidson and Swearingen having a tough time getting it through this traffic. And here comes UCO. Wrist shot, save made by Culbertson Bond. Cash Regan with another shot there. 13-7 to go here in the first.
Take a look at the play that right before UCO came back down the ice and scored their 3rd of the game. Nate Payne came in, nearly tied it. Saved by Doug Wakeland, just couldn't find a gap in his armor.
And this one is one back to the Sooners. Connor Horn chips it off the boards, and it will go all the way back down the ice. And that might do it here for the first period of action, as J.C. Debicki will just see to eat it behind his net. And that will do it for the first 20 minutes of play. Mixed results for the Sooners, and the Sooners will go into the dressing room with a 3-1 deficit.
Yeah, you got on the board late and you were really feeling good about yourself, and all of a sudden it's a 2-goal game again, really quicker than you can start to celebrate about it. You know, we were happy up here in the booth, of course, but, you know, on the bench, this is happening so quickly. I don't think that Sooners really know what hit them there late in the period, but a chance to regroup, a chance to think about it, and, you know, we've seen there is a chink in the armor. This UCO team is beatable, and this Sooners team is talented enough to do it should they stick to their systems and play their brand of OU hockey.
And we will leave it at that for now. We will be right back for the first intermission reports, but we're going to take a break. I'm Ben Dacu, with me is Caleb Shaw, and you're watching Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. Welcome back, everybody, to Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. My name is Ben Dackey, and with me is Caleb Shaw. Not the start the Sooners were looking for. The Broncos will head into the second period with a 3-1 lead. Caleb, what went wrong?
Well, really, it was just the Broncos played below the Sooners' net, and, out of 200 feet on the ice, they used about 8 of it. And they used it to generate 3 goals on 12 shots, and that's not the BCB we're used to. He's put up over a .902 save percentage across his career, a .920 this year. As long as he can see the shot, he's got a really good shot at saving it. But UCO has been in the dirtiest of areas all night tonight, and I think the aggression really surprised the Sooners out the gate.
Which, I don't know what exactly they were expecting, but UCO, I think, did catch them off guard with how aggressive they were on the forecheck and in their defensive zone. But I'm not seeing the improved talent that we were supposed to this evening. The Sooners, with all the new faces they brought in, they should not be getting outskated this badly.
Yeah, they have skated with the Broncos at stages in the game. A couple of OU players have really stood out to us tonight so far, notably Nate Payne, that has generated the Ben Mondu goal through a great play at center ice. He almost had one of his own late in the period that could have tied it and really changed the complexion of this game, but just seconds later, UCO scored one of their own and made it a 2-goal game again.
So if the Sooners are going to get back in this game, they need to lock up in front of Brendan Culbertson-Bond's net. Culbertson-Bond, he's having way too much trouble with the posts and the pegs. I don't know what the problem is, but that's been an issue at that net for the last 2 years, and it's been driving me crazy every single game.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. The net was off the mooring thing, all 3 goals that net came off, but puck had crossed the line, signal had been given. It's just, a product of a stick banging into it on a wraparound chance, and really goes to show, net's coming off the moorings that often in your zone. There's too much activity around your goalie.
Doug Wakeland will have to deal with that here in the second period, but Culbertson-Bond will have to tangle with his old nemesis in the third. But what do the Sooners need to do to get back in this hockey game?
They have to skate with UCO tonight. They've got to keep them out of the dirty areas. And, we spoke to how did Jamestown come in here and sweep the Broncos on their own ice. They kept the puck to the outside. They didn't let players like Vitaly Mikhailov play to their strengths. He loves to shoot through traffic. They kept him along the sideboards the entire time, and any shot he got was from a bad angle. Even a screen wasn't going to help it out very much.
That's something I think the Sooners have actually done a very good job of tonight. They've done a very good job of keeping the UCO wingers like Mikhailov on the outside of the zone and forcing those sharp angle shots. But once they force them behind the net, the UCO forward just continues the wraparound and creates a chance with either A, a pass in the slot, or B, just forcing the puck in on the post, which is how they created 2 of their goals.
Yeah, and we'll take another look here at one of the late ones. It came with less than a minute to go in the period. Right after OU nearly tied it themselves. It's just a dump-in, and the Sooners weren't able to get there on time. They're not playing at speed, and a tic-tac goal situation.
Just a very frustrating turn of events for the Sooners. Both of us did think this team is different. This is the team that's going to play with UCO, and they're going to make them work for every inch. UCO has been running wild in passing lanes and on the forecheck. There was a definite speed gap in that first period.
Yeah, and the Sooners are going to have to close it. We spoke last year about this is a team that plays a great 40 or 50-minute game, almost night in or night out. But they have lapses, and those lapses, teams like UCO are always going to capitalize on them because they're so well coached by head coach Michael Rivera and his entire staff. They're going to take penalties, but they're going to jump on your mistakes as well.
And for a squad that is trying to make it back to nationals, a win against the number 3 team in the country, that is a very good thing for the computer to see. But if they just go in and lose to UCO 2 more times before the turn of the calendar, that's not good for a team that's at 28 right now.
Yeah, we've spoken to the fact that they've been taking it to their other WCHL opponents. They have a win in every series but one so far this year, where they came out on the losing end both nights against Missouri State, and that was the first real road trip of some of these new players' careers. And Coach Arvanites spoke to that as well earlier today.
I don't want to single anyone out, but the big guys on the back end for the Sooners, those big defensemen, I didn't see nearly enough physicality. The Sooners can't afford to get pushed back by this UCO squad. The Broncos are not an especially large team. I think the Sooners might actually have them in the size department this year. They just need to throw some hits and just get some kind of momentum going. But the way they're playing right now, I'm not seeing enough physicality, Caleb.
Yeah, and, they took one penalty earlier on a trip that was really an irresponsible play. by Goldstein right in front of us here in the booth. Outside of that, they've only thrown the body around really seemingly in retaliation to when they get hit by UCO players.
They're reacting, but they're not acting.
Yeah, we have had a couple of active Sooners. Let's take a look at Nate Payne. Cuts through the neutral zone. He's got 3 players that key in on him, has the awareness to find Ben Mondu, and Mondu's going to finish those chances when he gets him out in front. That's how the Sooners get back in this game.
Nate Payne played like a top-line player in that first period. He was fantastic in that first period of action. He is one guy the Sooners need to look at and, okay, we need to all skate like number 11 is.
And he had another opportunity here. We'll look at it in slow motion. Had a breakaway, just one player to his left side. I'm sure as a left-handed shot, he'd love to get a little bit further to the right and open up Wakeland, but he's been the most dangerous player in Gray tonight.
I would have gone stick side there, I think.
Well, nonetheless, can't stop the Payne train if he's coming down the ice that quickly over and over again tonight. He's going to be the one that has to test Doug Wakeland and test him consistently, because that's a goaltender that he doesn't need to really be on a hot streak to shut you down.
And the Sooners are heading back onto the ice, so we are going to take a quick break, but we will be right back for the second period of action. Until then, I'm Ben Dacu. This is Caleb Shaw. You're watching Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. And we're back. Sooners head back onto the ice, and they've got some work to do. 3-1 for the Broncos, 12-7 in shots, also in favor of the Broncos. And Coach Arvanitis will be sending out his top line of Lowe, Mondu, and Payne. Horn and Howe on the back end for the Sooners. Culbertson Bond on a knee, taking it in. And Culbertson Bond appears to have changed masks.
He certainly has. He has a different one on right now, so let's see if that brings some luck. He opened up the game with a fantastic save, but maybe sometimes better to be lucky than good and bring some juju onto the squad tonight.
The most interesting goaltender in the world. Bit of a wardrobe change as we head back to center ice for the start of the second. Regan v. Mondu. And Mondu wins this round as OU wins it back to their zone. Howe passes for Horn. Horn fending off a couple of UCO players. Mondu takes over. Crossing over, picking up speed, dishes it to Howe. Howe pushes up for Payne. Payne finds Lowe. Lowe one-on-one with DeBecky. Lowe moving down the left wing. Long pass for Horn. Horn shot. Save made by Wakeland.
Good early challenge by the Sooners here, and Nate Payne is going to take on 3 white jerseys and comes away smiling from us. So I think he may have gotten the better of that battle of wits right in front of Doug Wakeland.
Bit of a cheeky grin there from Nate Payne. Maybe the Sooners getting a bit of mojo back.
So here's a line that's really all over the place. Will Blake, Declan Martin, and Will Baird all together. Let's see if this line can get some forecheck going. They're a scrappy bunch.
We are big Will Baird fans in this booth, and here he comes on the forecheck. Hunter Howe can't quite keep that puck in. Here's Stalzer. Stalzer working against Barone. He has some help. DeBroker is with him, and the puck goes all the way back down to the opposite corner. Mikhailov chips it in deep. Brown gets something on it. UCO tries to make another wraparound attempt there. Backhand and saved away by Culbertson Bond.
Martin's tied up. He couldn't get the puck away.
Martin couldn't get it through Mikhailov. Mikhailov will send it back in deep. Barone gives chase. Stalzer on his back. Here's Eha. UCO getting right back to working down low like they were in the first. And here's Declan Martin. Martin working one-on-one. Tries to backhand it for Blake. Blake with a slap shot, and it goes wide.
That hit something out in front. It never found Doug Wakeland. And Declan Martin might be a big part of this attack, especially down low. He's got the size and the strength to start interrupting this young UCO defense if he can get down there.
The Sooners on the front foot here to start on the second period. Martin working down low. Checked by Artem Shura. Martin with it. Tries to find a man in the slot. Can't connect. And OU will have to chase the puck back into their own zone.
Cavalcanti's unit starting to get out on the ice here.
Sinclair finds Swearingen. Swearingen wraps it around the boards. Here's Blaha. Blaha tries to find a man on the slow slot. Doesn't connect. Puck bounces all the way back to the top of the OU zone. Keeps it in. Swearingen puts a man into the boards. And Sinclair will shovel it out of the zone. UCO will have to regroup.
That one's going to come in. Wakeland will have to play it. And Connor Horn not able to get off the ice yet.
And Horn puts Hogan down with the reverse hit there. And the Sooners, there's the physicality we asked for. And UCO on the breakout now. Blaha chips it for Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti gives chase, takes a look. Doesn't get all that one. UCO trying to chase down low. Horn chips it for Davison. Davison gets it out, but it's played by Kraus, and Kraus will return to sender. Swearingen, long pass for Sinclair. Sinclair can't get a hold of it. And here's Redmond. Redmond chips for Regan. Regan moving in, backhand. Tries to find a man in the slot, couldn't connect.
There's a great play at center ice by the Broncos there.
Here's Burton. Burton can't keep it in. UCO will have to regroup here. A couple of passes in the neutral zone. They'll send it in deep. Swearingen plays it again. Backhands it behind the net. Horn wraps it around the wall. It will get out of the zone and all the way back down to UCO's zone. David Burton plays it. Burton checked quickly. Tristan Davison moving forward. Backhands it for Demanchuk. Demanchuk back for Davison. A couple of Sooners and a couple of Broncos caught down low. St. Clair with it. Checked by Davison. Davison stingy on the forecheck here. Nice shift for him. Puck caught on the half wall here, and St. Clair comes out with it. UCO takes over. Howe, aggressive, chips it forward. Tries to send it down low. Cameron Williams with it, and backhands it back for Burton. Burton has to set for the breakout pass, and he will send it all the way back down the ice. The arm goes up, and icing waved off. No, and UCO takes possession in the offensive zone.
Hunter Howe is completely confused as to what happened. He sort of left the play there, expected the whistle, and it's what gave the puck to UCO.
I'm not sure how that gets waved off, but I am a little confused myself as UCO loses it, or excuse me, OU loses it. Glass makes a nice play to recover there. OU trying to get it out of their zone. Payne in the neutral zone. Puck is chipped to Howe. Howe, stick handling. Takes it to his backhand, and he's rushed. Passes it for Bassett. Bassett tries to send it forward. Linesman taken out by a sniper in the stands. And here's DeBecke. DeBecke moving in. Stick handling. Here's his forehand. Forehand shot. Save made by Colbinson Bond. And poke checked by a UCO player. And we're going to get some physicality here after the whistle. Colbinson Bond was poked after the whistle, which drew the ire of a couple of Sooners.
Yeah, hack and whack time in the blue paint right in front of BCB, and he's able to keep it out of the net here. He's been strong, like we said, and we've beat this to death. On anything he can get a good eye on, he's been really, really strong this year, and see if we have anything coming of that last play. Looks like we do not. Hunter Howe just heading back to the bench.
Mondu to the faceoff dot for the Sooners. Regan his opponents, and Regan wins this round. Guerra tried to have a little bit of a play there, but it will bounce all the way back to UCO's back end. DeBecke will send it in deep. Long deposit for Guerra. Guerra sends it back behind the net. Barone, nice play there to intercept that pass. Guerra with a clearing attempt there. UCO cycling. Mondu, stingy in the defensive zone. Guerra with it again. Guerra being checked by Barone. Payne backhands it for Lowe, and here they come. Andrew Lowe backhands it, and it turns over. Here comes UCO for response. Regan coming down the left wing, crossing over, protecting the puck with his forehand, tries to wrap it around, and it hits a Sooner and bounces back behind the net.
Got three great jerseys in deep. Got to be careful.
Taylor moving in, whiffs a bit on that shot, and it goes into the opposite corner. Sam Sykes with it. Sykes goes for Taylor. Taylor moving in, forehand, works, tried to find a man on the back door, doesn't connect. Nice idea, but did not connect.
The full starting lineup is back out for UCO, and it has been for a while, as Sooners presumably going to ice the puck here. Tired bodies on the ice for Oklahoma, and presumably UCO will keep this top scoring line on the ice.
Andrew Lowe tried to sneak off the ice, but the linesman caught him. Sooners have a very tired first line out there as they get a defensive zone draw. OU wins this faceoff. Barone plays it back for Goldstein. Goldstein doesn't get it. Shura plays it forward. Gets it for Williams. Williams behind the net. Shura back with it. Long point shot. Doesn't get through. UCO has it in the slot. Long shot by Mikhailov, and it's saved made by Colton Bond. And the puck bounces all the way back to the UCO defensive end. OU can't get a change here. They're still out there. Mondu steps forward, stops a pass. Puck is stuck on the blue line, and OU gets it out. And here comes Nate Payne. Payne has Lowe with him. 2-on-2 for the Sooners. Wakeland paddles it away and sends it back for Mikhailov, and the Sooners caught deep. Mikhailov moving down the right wing. He has help. ACHA. And the Sooners get the puck away.
Good back check from Horn, but now you've got a bunch of gray jerseys low again and the arm up on the official. Someone's going to the box at the back end of this.
It does look like it's going to be OU. No, this is going to be a penalty on UCO. Will Blake moving down the right wing, moving down wide, and Wakeland plays it, and the whistle is blown.
13:33, you got to take advantage of this one. Not sure what the call is. We're going to wait right in front of here and see if we can.
A holding call, I believe, on Carter ACHA. And UCO goes to the box once again. And ACHA does not like the call. Holding the stick is the call.
6'4" junior out of Bloomington. Understandably upset. There was a lot of chaos going on behind the net there, but if you're a Sooner fan, you'll take it right now.
Demanchuk wins this one back. Demanchuk, haven't seen him start a power play off. And here's Barone. Barone trying to find some space. Passes it over for Blake. Blake looking. Finds Barone. Sooners in the umbrella. Pass down low for Davison. Davison lost a glove, or someone lost a glove. Demanchuk lost his glove. Blake plays it low. Davison with it for Barone. Barone crosses the zone for Sinclair. Sinclair finds a man in the slot. That's Demanchuk. Demanchuk checked by a UCO player, and he loses it. Sooners trying to get something going here. Burton tries to force it out. Sinclair stands tall, keeps the puck in. Long shot, blocked away. Sooners still have it down low. Davison with it. Davison up high for Barone. Barone takes a look.
Settle it down.
Moving in, gets Blake. Blake crosses zone for Barone. Barone, long shot, blocked by Burton. Demanchuk comes out of the scrum with the puck. Sooners might have some numbers here. Wide shot, and Davison gets it on the opposite side. Blake on the wall. Checked by DeBroker. UCO trying to force their way out, and they do. 50 seconds to go on the power play for OU, and another Sooner is taken down. That's Barone, and OU's getting a 5-on-3 out of this. Sinclair shovels it to Lowe. Lowe moving in. Lowe gets it to the opposite side of the zone, and the whistle is blown.
Let's see if we have a look at what happened. 12:07 to go, 35 remaining on the original power play. So Sooners going to get up to 35 seconds of 5-on-3 time here.
Cullen Hogan, the culprits.
Yeah, no visual of it on our end here. I believe it happened behind our camera shot. So two centers. Cullen Hogan, the freshman out of Dallas, taking his first seat of the game.
Mondu wins this draw back for Payne. Let's see if the Sooners can make something happen here. Payne across the zone. Long shot by Barone, and it goes wide. Here's Payne. Payne back to Barone. Barone gets it for Mondu. Mondu moving in back for Payne. Payne whiffs on it. Doesn't get the shot on goal.
Yeah, fanned on the shot. 17 seconds to go in the 5-on-3.
Bit of a pile there on the close side corner. Mondu comes out with the puck. Mondu has space. Finds Barone. Goes wide again. Sooners can't keep it in the zone, and this could be trouble. Mondu takes it back. One man out of the box for UCO. We move to 5-on-4. Mondu moving down wide on that left wing. Looking for somewhere to go. Gets it to Payne. Payne across the zone for Barone. Barone back for Mondu. Mondu for Payne. Long shot. Tipped out of play.
Apologies if we lost our visual feed for a split second there, but it is back and we are all good. 1:07 it looks like left on the UCO penalty, and the Sooners have really been buzzing here, spending the majority of this second period in the UCO zone.
Davison plays the draw forward. He's going to take the space he's given, trying to find his way back to the left wing, and UCO takes it back. Puck is bouncing, still bouncing. Demanchuk with it, taking a look. Tries to find Barone on the opposite side of the ice. Barone has to recover a bit. Sends it for Blake, and puck is turned over. Sinclair keeps it in. Nice play.
Good hand-eye there at the blue line from Sinclair. He's been hanging out, looking for his opportunity.
Sinclair on the back door. Sinclair, oh, it can't connect, and UCO gets it out of the zone.
Said he was looking for his opportunity. It was right there. 36 seconds to reset, though, and momentum with the boys in gray so far.
One last rush, perhaps, on this power play for the Sooners. Sinclair spins, plays back for Demanchuk. Demanchuk doesn't connect, and that's Guerra. Guerra moving forward. Stick handling to his backhand. Save made by Culbertson Bond.
Maybe the mask does make a difference.
A defensive breakdown there for the Sooners. A bad turnover on their own blue line, and Culbertson Bond bails them out.
Best save of the night from 31, and with 10 seconds left on the power play, maybe the Sooners can keep the momentum going off of that play.
Face off one back for the Sooners. Swearingen moving down the right side of the zone. Passes it up to Carson Glass. Carson Glass, check. Sooners trying to move forward here. Both Glass brothers are out there. Tristan being stingy. Tries to find a man on the doorstep. Shot! Save made! Cavalcanti nearly had it!
Back and forth we go with amazing saves. This time it's Wakeland on the backside of it.
And the Sooners responding with a rush of their own. 2-on-2. Glass finds Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti, forehand pass, tries to find Carson Glass. Doesn't connect.
Oh, Wakeland was way out of position on that rush.
We are back to full strength here. We are getting Sam Sykes is sprung, and the pass does not quite connect, but Sam Sykes still might have a step. Sykes, stick handling. Protecting the puck. Checked by Horn. UCO with it behind the goal line, gets it up to the point. DDD pass to Williams. Pat shot blocked by Carson Glass. And here's St. Clair. St. Clair looking for somewhere to go. Pass down low for Redmond. Redmond turns it over. Horn chips up for Martin. Martin gets it into the neutral zone, and UCO will have to regroup.
Broncos have been spectacular tonight at playing the puck when it's up in the air and rolling. They're
St.
so
Clair
good.
Moving forward. Blocker save by Culbertson Bond.
So good at using their hand-eye.
Burton hits his own man. Burton or Shura playing it, and St. Clair gets to the point. Williams, wrist shot, save made by Culbertson Bond. BCB with a couple of nice blocker saves here on this offensive possession for the Broncos, and OU will get it out of the zone and get a change.
Long change in the second period. Keep an eye on that.
Blaha moving through. Just narrowly avoid the check from Davison, and OU sends the puck into the UCO bench.
Desperate for a stoppage in play. Some tired bodies out there for OU. Let's take a look at the back end of the play that nearly brought them back within one. Cavalcanti tried to get it to his backhand, just not enough space to control it the way he wanted to.
UCO wins this drawback. Burton plays it down low, forces one off the side of Culbertson Bond's net. OU trying to play it forward. Blaha stands tall in his zone, keeps the puck in. OU trying to get out of the zone. Pass for Tristan Davison. Davison takes a look, and he will send it to the opposite side of the zone for Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti chips it in, no icing, and here's Sinclair. Sinclair has a man in the slot, gets it down low for Cavalcanti. Puck bounces back for UCO, and here they come on the return rush. Blaha moving forward. Puck chip forward. Burton hit by Sinclair, but the puck bounces back for Carson Bassett, and he'll play it behind Culbertson Bond. Bassett for Goldstein, D to D. Goldstein returns it. OU turns over. This could be trouble. Here's DeBroker. DeBroker save made by Culbertson Bond. And DeBroker comes in, third man in there as a couple of pushes, a couple of shoves, getting a little physical here in the 7:49 mark in the second.
Here's a look at the shot that BCB just turned aside. And then on the back end of it,
and UCO is going to get another penalty out of this, it looks like. Robbie Rebroker called for what I'm assuming is either unsportsmanlike or roughing. And the Sooners are getting a power play out of this. Now, the refs will typically let... Now, the ACHA officials will typically leave a lot of the pushing and shoving after the whistles go, but what I think got Robbie Rebroker in trouble was that he jumped into the fray after a whistle. I think that's what got him, but I'm not sure. And the very UCO-friendly crowd lets the officials know what they think of the call, but the Sooners will still have a 2-minute power play. UCO trying to force the puck out of their zone, and it will be sent all the way back down to OU zone. Jake Barone has Bronco on his back. Mondu tries to chip it forward. UCO back to that aggressive forecheck here on the penalty kill. And they will send it all the way back down for Nate Payne. 1:30 to go. Sooners got to get something off of this power play here. And here comes Nate Payne. Sooners on the rush. Payne moving through the center of the zone. Stick lifted. Nice play there on a back-checking Bronco.
Looks like it was Jamison St. Clair that was step for step with Nate Payne that time.
And Broncos might have gotten caught here. Sooners have numbers heading into the offensive zone. Mondu moving forward. Mondu tries to send it up high. Nice play there by Barone to keep the puck in. Sooners take over. Here's Mondu. Mondu tries to find a man behind the net. Puck still bouncing. UCO takes over. Barone pinching a little bit. And Barone with another nice play to keep the puck in the zone. Here's Baird. Baird sends it low for Blake, but the puck is played by Wakeland first. Baird, nice skate there on the half wall, but UCO gets the puck out regardless. 35 seconds to go here on the power play for OU.
Enough time for another rush. They'll keep the same unit out there, and Declan Martin's size is making a difference here in the second period.
Sinclair spins and passes it to Jake Barone. Barone turns it over. UCO trying to find somewhere to go. Barone loses his stick. The arms stay down for now. Baird finds Sinclair. Sinclair finds Martin. Martin across the ice for Baird. Baird looks tired, and here's Will Blake. Will Blake chips it forward. Doesn't get through a UCO defenseman. Kraus chips it off the glass and gets it out of the zone. Another penalty kill successful for the Broncos. Kraus turns it over. Here's Demachuk. Demachuk, he's been active on the forecheck this evening. Demachuk cycles it back for Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti tries to backhand it for Tristan Glass. Tristan Glass is there. Sooners caught down low there. Broncos trying to break out. Connor Horn makes a nice play to get it back in deep. Cavalcanti gives chase to Cooper Kraus. Kraus for Stalzer. Stalzer passes it to another UCO player, and the Sooners getting very physical here on that blue line. Tristan Glass put down. And another penalty to UCO. Adam Stalzer just hit Tristan Glass in the head. An easy call for the official there, as Adam Stalzer got nothing but Tristan Glass's bright red bucket.
He looks to be okay, so we'll take another look at what drew the most recent penalty. And yeah, you could say that Tristan Glass's head was down, but he was just in a defenseless spot in that position. No reason for him to even play the puck right there. And Stalzer to the box, and UCO struggling to stay disciplined here. We know this was something the Sooners could potentially take advantage of.
Lack of understanding of the rules of hockey, I see from the UCO fans.
And Glass, good to see him okay, back on the bench quickly. Or actually looks like he'll be back out on the ice immediately here to play. And the coaching staff at UCO being given some explanations from the officials you see on your screen now.
Now, People will point at the disparity in penalties, but I haven't seen anything OU's done that's gone uncalled so far this evening. The Sooners have played a very disciplined game so far this evening.
To their credit, and they may need to get to those dirty areas a bit more as this game goes along to try and tie it up, but so far they are taking what the Broncos give them, and that's lots of power play time, and they need to convert this time.
Low, spins, protects the puck, chips it off the boards for Glass. Sooners, couple of men caught down low. UCO caught down low. Low with a sharp angle shot. It's blockered away by Wakeland.
Tried to get it over that shoulder.
Payne finds Mondu. Mondu sends it back down low for Glass. Glass spins, finds a man on the doorstep. Here's Brown's shot, and it's blocked. Nice block there by Cash Regan. DeBecke has Sykes. DeBecke long and high pass for Sykes. And Sykes slows it down. Stick handling. Trying to find a way to go. And it's picked off by Mondu. Mondu, here he comes. Moving down the left wing. Martin might have been caught off sides there. Arms stay down. Low in the slot. Pass for Mondu. Doesn't get there. And this could be trouble. Here comes Stalzer. Stalzer has Sykes. Shot. Save made by Culbertson Bonds.
Rebound out of reach of Sam Sykes. Declan Martin and he both go down behind the play. So 4-on-3 for a moment as it stands.
The pass-off pad nearly worked there for UCO, but Sam Sykes just couldn't get his tape on that puck. Here's Will Blake moving down the right wing. Still 35 seconds to go here on the power play for the Sooners. Martin doesn't keep it in. Here's Barone. Barone takes a look. Crosses zone for Sinclair. Sinclair can't hold on. And here comes UCO. Pass to the slot. Iha tries to move in. Doesn't get a shot off. And here comes OU. Here's Baird. Baird. A slapping stick at his back as he looks for somewhere to go. Gets this to Sinclair. Sinclair turns it over. This could be trouble. Forehand shot. Saved by Culbertson Bonds.
They'll make a flashy catch after the fact to settle things down. And this most recent power play for the Sooners, they've been fast in this period. They just can't crack Doug Wakeland, who has tightened things up.
This face-off won by the Sooners. Goldstein chips it forward. Carson Glass chips it off the boards. UCO back to full strength as Wakeland plays the puck through once again. That could have been bad for Wakeland. Bit of a fortunate bounce there. Goldstein trying to stand tall. UCO wins it forward. Tristan Glass is there to help him out. And UCO plays it back on their back end.
Both Glass brothers out on the ice right now. Both of them throwing checks here in the final 3 minutes of period 2.
And icing is called on UCO. And we'll get an offensive zone draw for the Sooners. Just under 3 minutes remaining here in the second. Mondu to the dots. Colin Hogan, his opponent. This one is put forward, but OU takes it. Andrew Lowe trying to work his way forward. Chips it forward. Mondu gives chase, getting physical there. UCO on the breakout. Here's Williams. Williams working against Swearingen, and OU will get a penalty out of this, rather. A slashing, I believe it's going to be called.
So
or a hook.
2:26 to go. Sooners are going to spend the majority of the rest of this period on the penalty kill now, and this is a must-have. Still down by 2. You've really controlled the pace of play in the second period, but haven't been able to get any really clean shots off. Just the one really dangerous chance that Wakeland was able to pad aside from Cavalcanti. And now without one of your most explosive skaters in Low, it's a tough test here to kill off this penalty.
Face-off bounces around a little bit, but it will be sent back all the way down the ice by Will Baird, who's getting some penalty kill time here. UCO on the rush. Sent forward. Barone, first one to play it. Whiffs on the clearing attempt. UCO still has it down low. Couple of guys caught down low. Sooners are being much better defending that area immediately around Culbertson Bond's crease. Here's Burton. Couple of passes. ACHA takes a look. Right on the blue line. Gets back from Mikhailov. Mikhailov can't hold on, and the Sooners get it out of the zone. Will Blake with a nice stick there. Here comes Burton. Burton caught offside, and we'll get a stoppage in play. We haven't called Vitaly Mikhailov's name very much this evening, I've just noticed.
Yeah, maybe not quite the threat he's been in the past for the Sooners, at least so far tonight he hasn't been.
Cash Regan to the dots. Tristan Glass's opponent, and this round is won by Regan. DeBecky with it, moving forward, forehands it all the way to the back of the OU zone. Barone, this slap shot does not whiff, and he will send it all the way back down where Doug Wakeland plays it. Minute 30 to go here in the second. Headman pass for Regan. Regan moving down the left wing, picking up speed, kept wide by Barone, and he sends it back up for the point. Here's DeBecky. DeBecky sends it to the right wing. Back for DeBecky. DeBecky finds a man down low, and puck is covered by Culbertson Bonds. Broncos getting right back to using that man just standing straight on the goal line right next to Culbertson Bonds, but he was ready for it that time.
Late developing play right in front of him, and like you said, he had to be privy to that one.
Guerra sends it back up for DeBecky. UCO slowing it down. DeBecky, top of the zone, sends it back for Guerra. Back for DeBecky. DeBecky, checked by Baird. Taken back by Blaha. Blaha pass across the zone, pass down low, save made by Culbertson Bond, and another one is covered up.
Tough challenge indeed for BCB that time, and now UCO really starting to pile the shots on Doug Wakeland, taking a look over his shoulder near us at the time remaining on the power play, 25 seconds, and in the period, 51.
Now keep an eye on Andrew Lowe to maybe be a bit of a head man as he gets out of the box. With his speed, I think they might be able to make that play work. UCO staying on the periphery of the offensive zone. DeBecky. Andrew Lowe's ready to go. Pass down low. That's blocked away. Here's Baird. Baird moving in, and he will send it back down the ice, and it's stopped by UCO. Andrew Lowe out of the box. Sooners trying to forecheck here. Puck is stuck in some skates, and OU gets out of the scrum with the puck. Here comes Connor Horn. Horn, long wrist shot blocked, and Redmond and Regan are with it. Redmond picks it off the boards. Regan has some space. Save made by Culbertson Bond.
That play was really close to being offsides. They're ruled fairly, and Sooners tried to get a rush off the power play. You could see Baird kind of waiting for Lowe to get out of the box.
Baird knew what the play was there. It's just the puck came out of the OU zone just a little too quickly.
8.7 to go. 24-10 shots on goal, 3-1 where it counts.
And keep an eye on 44 there. Cooper Kraus, that big slap shot, just waiting on this opportunity here. Shot from the slot and score! Sebastian Doucette makes it 4-1. Worst case scenario for the Sooners as UCO gets the goal right before 20 minutes is up.
4-1 and late period goals. We talk about how impactful they can be, and now, despite the Sooners, claiming momentum with their first goal of the game, since then UCO has scored in the waning moments of both periods now, and it's going to send the Sooners to the locker room with a lot to think about and a lot to make up when we come back for the third.
The Sooners will head into the dressing room for the second intermission with a lot of work to do for the third. But we will be right back with the second intermission reports. I'm Ben Dacu. To my left is Caleb Shaw. You're watching Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. All the way back to the Arkansas point. Here come the Sooners now. Will Blake picking up speed. Looking for somewhere to go. Goes through him, and Will Blake still with it. Shot! Score!
Oh my goodness.
What a shot, Will Blake!
Well, and what a move before the shot. Able to get that quick release, place it top cheddar on the left side, right over the glove of Haynes, and gives the Sooners a 2-goal lead.
The man who led the Sooners in scoring for basically all of last season with a couple of beauties here in this one.
Glass and Brown not too happy with each other there, but Glass will regain the zone here. Still at even strength. Goes across for Sinclair. Backhand pass. Whoa, score! Cavalcanti! What a goal!
His second goal of the period. Incredible work by the freshman. I mean, just amazing what the Sooners are doing here right now. And surprisingly, all three of the goals this period have come off of the power play.
So we got the back end of it for you here, as what a disgusting goal that was. No look pass across. We'll get that one clipped on social media for you guys later tonight. And let's not remember, at the end of the first period, it was all Colorado State.
Here comes Mondu. Mondu pulling through, moving in, forehand score! That was a beauty, Ben Mondu!
Oh, we finally got in the score column. We talked about it in the open. 1 goal and 10 assists, make it 2 goals and 10 assists, and that might be the nastiest goal of the year.
Toe drag swag from 37.
We'll take a look at it in slow motion. Gets the pass right at the O at the UCO logo. Between the stick and the left leg of the defender, puts it far side. And look at the reaction from the bench.
Woo-wee, that was a beauty. Puck to the point. Here's Hunter Howe. A lot of bodies in front of the net. Long, low shot, score! Hunter Howe joins the party.
First goal of the game from Hunter Howe right off of that power play. Again, another incredible penalty kill by the Sooners. I know I keep bringing it up. That's how good it is. That's how strong they are. And they were able to capitalize that. And as soon as Cavalcanti got out of the box, they were able to get some good shots in there. And ultimately, Howe brings home the goal to make it 7-2 Oklahoma.
Off a couple of Alabama players. Brody Wallace picks it up, moves it down low. Nate Payne has it now. Nate Payne has a bit of space. He's got Damachuk with him. Payne off to shoot. Score! Nate Payne with another one. Number 11 looks off Damachuk for the pass, and the Sooners take a 5-2 lead.
And that's his second goal of the night. First on the power play in the first period, and another one on the penalty kill.
The number 8 scorer in the division adds another tally to his name as the Sooners take back a 3-goal lead on the penalty kill. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. Before we get this intermission report started, we would just like to extend our deepest condolences to the Oklahoma Warriors for the passing of their owner, Ms. Marianne Choi. Our thoughts are with the Warriors at this time, and if you wish to show your support to the family requests that any donations sent in Ms. Choi's honor go to the Dallas Animal Services.
Link to that can be found in the description of this video, a great charitable organization that would do both the Oklahoma Warriors and our big hockey family here in Oklahoma proud.
Not the period the Sooners were looking for on the scoreboard or otherwise. They did play a bit closer to UCO's quality, but there's still a definite gap between these two teams.
Yeah, and they played a fantastic 19 minutes and 46 seconds in that period, and then, something that you just can't have happen against a top 5 team happened. They let one in that really could stand as a back-breaking goal, but we've seen this Sooner team score in bunches so far this year. They're going to have to conjure up something in this third period.
The Sooners did get a bit of momentum there in the back half of that period, but once again, they've gotten the opportunities to get back in this game, but they have not scored on the power play yet this evening. They are by far winning the power play battle against UCO, much to the chagrin of the fans here this evening. But they just haven't been able to break through.
Yeah, they put out that big scoring line of Payne, Glass, Mondu, Lowe, and then an assortment of Jake Barone often Hunter Howe up top. Sometimes you might see Blake Swearingen get some action up there as well, but just really haven't been able to break through Doug Wakeland, and they sort of solve what you got to do. Get across the crease, come attack him with speed, and get him off of his angle, but he's played the puck so well tonight, and he's seen every shot that didn't come off the odd man rush.
See, the problem with getting him to move across his crease is that the Broncos are so good in the
well, good.
The Broncos are so good in the defensive zone that there just aren't many opportunities for the Sooners to get those passes that will move him a great deal.
Yeah, and he's a bigger goalie too. He's not a small guy in the crease. He takes up a lot of room there, and even if you do get him off his kilter a little bit, he's been making the big saves that he has to make tonight to keep them in this ball game.
We have a ball?
Puck game?
I don't know. It's frustrating for the Sooners because it feels like, well, not every chance that they've given UCO has come back to bite them, because Coates and Bond did bail them out on a very bad defensive zone turnover. So there's no one thing that the Sooners are doing wrong. I think they've just kind of settled into that area where there was one area of the defensive zone where they didn't have a very strong defense. UCO capitalized on that with 3 goals in the first period. And they had a bad turnover that led to the 4th UCO goal. And it doesn't help that there just might be just a bit of a gap between the speed of these two teams. I think the Sooners finally have the size to, quote-unquote, push around a UCO, but I still think UCO just has them dead to rights in the speed department.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that is all speed, all skill up and down the lineup. They got a little bit smaller this year, but in turn they got faster and more talented on their blue line, and they're in the middle of a really long homestand. This team has not left the cozy confines for them of Arctic Edge Ice Arena since mid-October. And so their schedule is going to get a lot harder this year, but they're really coming off the back of the most positive part of their schedule if they want to generate a lot of wins.
I disagree with referring to the Arctic Edge Ice Arena as cozy. I am freezing in here, Caleb.
Yeah, we've frozen out a few people tonight so far, but still a great crowd on hand, and a little bit warmer in here than in the East Rink at least.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the East Rink, but if the Sooners want to get back in this game, and they can because we've seen them come back from 4-1 leads before, they need to take the lead out of their boots. I know that UCO is probably the faster team, but OU is faster than what they've shown so far this evening. They need to do what UCO is doing. They need to get aggressive on the forecheck, and they need to force UCO to make some mistakes. UCO hasn't made a lot of mistakes tonight, and that's because the Sooners haven't been forcing them to make mistakes.
No, and when they have forced them to make mistakes, let's talk about Ben Mond Mondu's goal earlier. We've looked at it a couple of times, so let's slow it down for you and really look at what Nate Payne did to generate this scoring chance, because he draws the attention of 3 UCO Broncos here as he enters the offensive zone.
Just a beautiful pass. Mondu right there. Bang. Just excellent play there by the Sooners. They need some more of that.
Need a lot more of that coming in. Minute and 9 seconds left on the clock in front of us here for intermission. Broncos will be back out in just a few moments, and the Sooner faithful have shown out tonight. They're here, they're loud, and the Sooners can put some more goals up on that big scoreboard to our right side. They'll be cheering.
As the Sooners make their way back onto the ice, we're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back. You're watching Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. Twenty more minutes to go in this iteration of the I-35 rivalry. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for the third period. I'm Ben Dacu. My color commentator is Mr. Caleb Shaw. Sooners head into the third down 4-1, a lead that I know all too well. But let's see if the Sooners can make some magic happen here.
QR code in the top right of your screen goes to the OU Hockey shop. Before we get started, let's get a quick scan of that, see what kind of new gear might be available for your favorite hockey team here in the Sooner State.
And the faceoff is one back to the OU defense, and it will go all the way back down to Wakeland's side of the ice. Jack Taylor chips it forward. Headman pass for Guerra. Guerra gives chase to Connor Horn. Connor Horn slipping and sliding. Pass to the slot, save made by Culbertson Bond. Sooners caught napping there, and Culbertson Bond bails them out again. Baird with it down low. UCO on the breakout, trying to get the puck out of the zone. And here they come. Here's Sam Sykes. WCHL leader in points. Tries to move to his forehand, checked by Will Blake. Bassett chips it for Blake. Blake hit by Sykes. Blake still has it. Kicks it to his tape. Trying to move forward, and he does. Declan Martin with it. He's got Baird with him. 2-on-2 for the Sooners. And the Sooners will get a change. Cavalcanti speeds along for the forecheck. Maybe gives the UCO netminder a bit of a snow shower, and Cooper Krause a bit of a tap. Sooners standing tall at their own blue line, trying to force the puck forward. Pass for Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti can't hold on. Icing is called, and the Sooners will get a defensive zone draw. Draw bounces between a couple of players. Demanchuk with it, picking up some speed. chips it off the wall, trying to force his way forward. Wakeling comes out of his crease again to play it, and it finds Tristan Glass's glove. Sooners trying to force their way forward here. Demanchuk pokes it through. Glass standing tall, trying to force the issue as UCO is on the breakout. Here they come. Pass for Shura. Shura flicks it into the OU zone. Barone with it. Chips it off the corner. Mikhailov sends it down low. Swearingen plays it. Backhands it out of the zone. And it goes into the neutral zone where it's played by David Burton. Burton turns it over for Swearingen. Swearingen, here he comes. Long shot. Saved away easily by Wakeland. Sooners in the neutral zone now. Here's Connor Horn. Horn crosses the zone for Payne. Payne can't hold on. And that could be trouble. 3-on-2 for the Sooners. Mondu can't get a pass away. UCO responds. Pass for Regan. Regan checked by Payne. Forces him down to the outside. Pass to the slot. Save made by Colbertson Bond. UCO with it again down low. Pass to the point. Hogan moving in. And tipped in front. Saved by Colbertson Bond again. Almost 30 shots for UCO so far this evening. Burton. Long shot, goes wide of the net. Payne picks it up. Payne couldn't hold on to the puck. And here's Reboker. Reboker tries to cycle it back, no one there, and Payne takes it right back. Payne stick handles through a man. Here he comes to the neutral zone. We'll shovel it all the way back down to the UCO zone, and OU gets a change. Davin Burton slows it down, takes a long look at the sheet of ice in front of him. And he leaves it for another player. Pass across the zone for DeBecke. DeBecke chips it forward. Puck bouncing. Doucette, he has a goal tonight. Fighting with Declan Martin for puck possession there, right on the OU corner. Sooners trying to get it out of the zone. And UCO comes out of the corner with the puck. Long shot for the points. Goes wide. Taylor sends the puck down low for Doucette. Doucette can't hold on. Here's Will Blake. Will Blake, he's picking up speed. Let's see what he does. 2-on-1 for the Sooners, but a nice back check by UCO as the Broncos take it back. Puck ends up back in Colbertson Bond's crease. Colbertson Bond almost gets a bit of a snow shower there.
Long stretch of play with no whistles there, and that's not what you want if you're the Sooners here in the third period. You want a choppy game from here on out where you can take advantage of things being chaotic, things bouncing your way in front of the net, and if UCO keeps opening up the tempo like this and letting the game really flow the way it has, I think it could spell trouble here.
Last wins this drawback for Barone. Barone chips it back. UCO gets there first, but an errant pass goes for Carson Glass. Carson Glass tries to find Cavalcanti as the headman, can't connect. Here's Guerra. Guerra chips it down low. Connor Horn plays it. Sooners can't get it out of the zone. Long point shot blocked by Tristan Glass. Both Glass brothers out there. Here's Carson. Carson moving forward. Standing tall. And Wakeland plays it back for a UCO defenseman. UCO in the breakout now. Guerra had it and lost it. Here's Barone. Barone for Horn. Horn with a long shot. And Mondu standing tall. Sooners caught onside. Here's Mondu. Mondu with a wrist shot, and it's blocked by Taylor.
And it got into his skates. He nearly was able to sneak that one through the legs.
Wakeland plays the puck again behind his net. Mondu trying to keep him honest there. UCO on the breakout. Davison with it. Pass down low. Pastor tries to find Mondu. Can't connect. Sykes trying to get something started. UCO trying to break it out again. Sooners all of a sudden having a good time having UCO pinned, but the puck goes all the way back down to where Mondu plays it. Mondu caught behind Colbertson Bond. A couple of UCO players. There's a man standing in front of Colbertson Bond. He's checked by Bassett. Pass to the crease, and it's saved by Colbertson Bond. And a couple of pokes after the whistle.
Let's take a look at what led to that after the play. Another example of UCO getting behind Culbertson Bond's net and trying to cause problems back there, and they do it effectively here. And it looks like it was Demanchuk that came in late.
And for good measure, that same net that's been a problem all night came off its pegs again.
will stay 5-on-5 after the extracurriculars in front of the net. Maybe lucky for OU there.
And this draw won back by OU. Swearingen backhands it for Baird. Baird chips it out of the zone. UCO plays in the neutral zone. Long headman pass from Martin. Martin doesn't quite get it. Checked by ACHA. That's going to be an interference call, and OU will go back to the power play. Carter ACHA sent to the box again. That was honestly probably not the smart play.
14:24 to go, and if you're the Sooners, you can spend about a seventh of the remaining time in the game on the power play.
You know, I appreciate a good reverse hit, but when the puck is about 5 feet the other way, that's interference.
So we said gotta have it last time. Well, you're really gonna have it this time.
Yeah, the Sooners, they got to get something going here. 5 minutes gone already in this third. 3 goals down. We need something here. And decent start as the Sooners keep it in their zone. Cooper Kraus plays it, spins, protects it, chips it off the boards, and Landrew Lowe is going to get a tripping call, and there goes the power play.
Yeah, Lowe at the back end of the play, just trying to keep the puck in a fortuitous spot for the Sooners, and negates what would have been a really vital power play.
We haven't seen any 4-on-4 so far this evening, so curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, 14:10 left, so what was 2 minutes of opportunity now, 2 minutes of get this thing away from your zone as much as you can and start planning a probably a bit different looking attack.
Andrew Lowe with some choice words. Maybe a little bit unlucky with where the UCO player put his foot. Here's Manu cutting through the neutral zone, looking for somewhere to go, spins, heads back to his own side of the ice, crossing over, picking up speed. Here's Barone. Barone takes a look, moving to his left, backhands it all the way back down, no icing, and UCO plays it behind their net. UCO cutting through the neutral zone. Here's Regan. Regan forced to his backhand. Sharp angle shot, saved easily by Culbertson Bond. Sykes gives it to Williams. Williams behind Culbertson Bond again. Here's Barone. Barone takes a look. Nowhere to go. Checked by Williams. Spins. Looking for some help. Gets it for Mondu. Mondu. Puck bounces for Payne. Payne. Passes back behind Culbertson Bond. Pass turnover and a nice play by Mondu to recover.
41 seconds left on 4-on-4.
Williams with it, checked by Mondu. Backhanded back to the point. Pass across the zone for Mikhailov. Mikhailov back across the zone. There's Williams. Williams checked by Barone. Sooners trying to get some possession here. Mikhailov working down low. Passes for DeBroker. DeBroker backhand save made by Culbertson Bond. Mondu's tripped. Arm stay down for that one. And here's a pass for DeBecke. DeBecke moving in. Puck on his backhand. He spins. Tries to cycle it back for Taylor. Mikhailov with it. Wrist shot. Off the crossbar and out of play. Mikhailov had Culbertson Bond, but the iron favored OU that time.
12 seconds left on the man advantage for UCO, and so Oklahoma has made the best of a bad situation here and kept the puck out of their own territory for the most part, and now getting a little bit of help from the goalkeeper's best friend.
Andrew Lowe once again raring to get out of that box. Maybe the headman play will work this time for the Sooners. UCO shovels it to DeBecke. DeBecke with a long shot, tipped in front. And Tristan Glass will shovel it back into UCO zone. Andrew Lowe is out of the box, and the Sooners are back to even strength.
So 12:05 and need 3.
Here comes St. Clair. St. Clair cutting to the center of the zone. Shot blocked by Carson Bassett. Taylor chips it in deep. Glass plays it Cycles it back for Horn. Horn picking up speed, looking for somewhere to go. Flips it to Cavalcanti. Puck tipped off by ACHA. Puck rimmed around the boards. Here's Doucette. Doucette sends it down low for Redmond. But it's picked off by Tristan Glass. But no, here's the ACHA again. Puck is, where is it? Where is it? Carson Bassett covered it, and the official blew the whistle. .11:32 here to go for the Sooners.
Well, we can see the back end of the puck coming down there on replay, but not much more. Remains to be seen where it got off to there.
Mikhailov finds a defenseman. Kraus moving in. Forehand shot, blocked, doesn't get through. Kraus still with it. Rims it around the boards for Stalzer. Stalzer sends it in deep. Stalzer put down by Swearingen. Barone keeping Mikhailov at bay. Davison spins, trying to find somewhere to go. UCO running wild down low behind Culbertson Bond's crease. And here come the Sooners. Barone tries to find Carson Glass, but Shura sends it right back into the OU zone.
Really tough to break out when you've got 4 jerseys below the hash marks.
And Mikhailov is going to get a penalty here. That's probably going to be an interference call. Cross-checking is the call on the Russian Vitaly Mikhailov.
So we'll try it again. Last time it was negated about 11 seconds in, so Sooners going to try to use the full 2 minutes to their advantage with a dangerous Bronco off the ice in Mikhailov.
Blake, Baird, and Cavalcanti up front for the Sooners. Howe and Bassett on the back end. And this draw is won by UCO. Another clutch face-off win there for the Broncos, as OU can't get an establishing presence here in the offensive zone. And here comes UCO. St. Clair rushing down the left wing. He's got some help in the slot if he needs it. Cavalcanti checks St. Clair, trying to get the puck off his stick. St. Clair still with it down low, spinning away, keeping the puck away from several Sooners, giving him the business. Blake stick handling, looking for somewhere to go, gets it for Howe. Howe stick handles, gets away. Here's Bassett. Bassett moving down the left wing. Pass across the zone for Baird. Baird doesn't get on his tape, can't hold on. And Carson Bassett stands tall, keeps the puck in. Now the Sooners, can they get something going? And Howe can't hold on to the puck, and it goes out of play.
Yeah, rolling puck came off the tip of his stick really awkwardly, and
Jake Barone goes D-to-D with Payne. Payne sent it down in deep, and that puck hit something, not sure what. Sooners trying to get anything going on this power play with a minute to go on this one. Payne shovels it with his backhand, and UCO will send it back down to Culbertson Bond's zone again as the clock keeps ticking on OU. Barone tries to throw a hit there, whiffs, and UCO takes it back. Here's Artem Shura. Glass spins, protects, and here he comes. Moving down the right side of the neutral zone, trying to force the puck forward. Puck bounces back for Barone. Barone tries to backhand it in. UCO still standing tall. No zone entries here for the Sooners. Mondu chips it off the boards, and the puck goes all the way back down to Culbertson Bond again. 20 seconds to go on Mikhailov's penalty. And Declan Martin can't hold on. Puck goes all the way back down the zone again, and that will pretty much do it for Mikhailov's penalty.
4 seconds to go on it, so he'll be out of the box before the Sooners can get back down the ice.
Swearingen backhands it to Howe. Howe trying to get a breakout going here. Finds a man on, that's Declan Martin. Here comes Declan Martin. Moving down to the neutral zone. Demandchuk moving forward. Has the puck now. Has a bit of space. Forehand shot. Save made by Wakeland.
First positive shot in a while for the Sooners, and they're able to get themselves a little bit of momentum at least.
And we are going to send things to our ice level reporter, Miss Amy Acevedo. Amy, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Ben. Since the start of the second period, there have been 6 UCO penalties, and OU has only had 4 shots on goal versus UCO's 21. The coaches have been yelling for the players to shoot the puck. They want more shooting and less passing, and they really need to capitalize on these penalty mistakes from UCO. Back to you.
We've got our own sideline reporters, hopefully a little bit better than what Carissa Thompson was doing a couple years ago. UCO working, sends the puck up to the point. Pass for Burton. Burton with a slap shot. Didn't get all that one. Oh, puck to the back door. Doesn't get another shot off. Sooners might have gotten a little lucky there. Sinclair spins. Sinclair tried to chip it off the glass, but the low glass here at Arctic Edge claims another victim, as we will get another face-off in OU zone. 7:45 here to go in the third. UCO wins this draw. Keeping the puck on the left side of the zone. Tristan Glass kept it. Here comes Sinclair. Sinclair has Cavalcanti with him. Just to Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti can't hold on, and the puck is covered up by Wakeland. And Cavalcanti is put down after the whistle. And we will get an offensive zone draw here for the Sooners. 33-13 is what the scoreboard reads for shots in favor of UCO. Barone can't keep the puck in. UCO forcing it forward, and the Sooners will have to give chase. Brendan Davison. Puck off the wall, tries to find Barone. Stalzer gets there first. Sooners do force it out of the zone. UCO plays in the neutral zone. Here's Burton. Burton takes a look. Burton hit by Davison there. OU bench gives him a bit of an applause there. And this is the part of the game where the bodies usually start flying.
So Barone now will chip it back in.
Burton keeps Glass at bay. Sooners trying to get anything going in the offensive zone here, but there's just been nothing doing in the UCO zone in this period. Guerra forcing his way down, might have a step. Kept wide by Brendan Davison. Trying to flip something around. Swearingen backhands it. Sykes picks it up. Kraus forces it forward. Kraus for Guerra. Guerra tried to find Kraus, couldn't connect. Kraus with a long shot, blocked by a Sooner and out of play.
Sooners are really trying to line their men up right now and get some sort of a statement hit that maybe flips the momentum and gets UCO on their heels here, where they can do what they've been best at this year and score quickly in bunches. But it's just such an athletic team, such a disciplined team at sticking to their system.
And Declan Martin steps up into the passing lane, picks off a pass. That's a nice play there. Backhands it forward. And Cooper Kraus will play it. Pours it forward for Guerra. Guerra. And here's Regan. Regan moving forward. He has Shura with him. Regan forced to his left. Finds Sykes. Sykes with a shot, and it goes wide. And the puck will bounce all the way out of the zone. UCO will have to regroup. A couple of OU players get a change. Puck moves forward. Here's Andrew Lowe. Lowe chips it off the boards. Sends it down for Wakeland. Wakeland chips it to Regan. Here's Sykes. Sykes will send it all the way back down the ice. The arm goes up. Icing waved off. Sooners touched up too soon. Connor Horn sends it back to Bassett. Bassett for Horn. Horn for Blake. Blake spins. Protects. Nowhere to go. He's hit. Lowe can't hold on to the puck. Here's DeBecky. Moves in. Steps. Can't get through Will Blake. Carson Bassett picks up the puck. Taylor at the point. Taylor to DeBecky. DeBecky with a long shot. Tipped in front, and it goes wide. Here comes Nate Payne. Nate Payne trying to pick up some speed. Shovels it forward. Wakeland plays it. Wakeland with a nice pass to St. Clair. St. Clair can't hold on. Sooners take it back. Hunter Howe backhands it into the zone. Mondu on the forecheck. Hits DeBecky. Look, puck is stuck on that Zamboni door. And UCO comes out of that battle with the puck. Here's Redman. Redman, puck picked up by Mondu. Mondu gets it back to Payne. Payne takes a look. Shuffles to his left. Shovels it forward for Mondu. Mondu will send it all the way back. Hits the linesman, and the puck bounces right into the neutral zone. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the third. Barone moving forward. Barone, he has some space. Moving to his left, on his backhand, sharp angle, shot, score! Jake Barone, coast to coast!
Are you kidding me, Jake Barone?
Where's that been all night?
And so the Sooners have life on a dirty goal from 16 with 4:17 to go.
That might have been the spark the Sooners needed.
Let's think back now to the late first period when the Sooners were able to crack the scoreboard and make it a one-goal game. They're going to need two more quickly here, but the way that was defined was by how UCO responded so quickly. Let's see what they do here.
Sure goes D-to-D for Kraus. Sooners maybe have a little bit of giddy up in their step now as Coperton Bond covers up a clearing attempt, and we'll get a defensive zone draw for OU. Sooners send out Bassett and Horn to man the back ends. Coach Rivera sends out Mikhailov's line. And this draw is won back by OU. Horn cutting through the center of the zone, and here he comes. Connor Horn sends it forward to Manchuk on the forecheck. Wakeland will play it behind his crease again. Breakout goes backwards. Here's Shura. Shura trying to get a handle on the puck. Puck is rolling on him. He'll spin, protects it, and he gets it back for Kraus. Kraus chips it off the boards. And careful there, Tristan Glass, and OU almost got caught with too many men.
Time to keep an eye on Culbertson Bond as well. We saw last year that Coach Arvanites is not shy to pull his goalie with a pretty decent chunk of time left on the clock.
Here's Iha. Iha tries to find Mikhailov. Mikhailov handles to his backhand. Backhands it, goes wide. Bronchos trying to force the wraparound, and it goes wide. And once again, that net comes off its pegs. This draw won back by UCO. Another offensive zone draw win for them. Puck is played into OU's very back of their zone. UCO stuck on the outside of the zone. Taylor, long shot, goes wide, and a pass to someone on UCO, doesn't get there. Long shot from the point, deflected and goes wide. Here's Sykes. Sykes checked by Barone. UCO content to just kill time here as Sooners are just running out of life here. Puck leaks out to the right side of the zone for OU. Here's Declan Martin. Martin shovels it off the glass, and UCL will have to regroup. Here's DeBecky. Brown can't get through Guerra, and here comes Regan. Regan, forehand shot, deflected in front, still loose, and it goes wide. Regan still with it, trying to stick handle his way through. Pass down low for Guerra. Guerra tries to find a man in the low slot, doesn't connect. Andrew Lowe, he wants to do something. Forcing the puck forward, gets it all the way to Wakeland. Wakeland plays it again and passes it over to DeBecky. Doug Wakeland has got to be the best goaltender I've ever seen play the puck. Like, he's making some good passes. Swearingen stops a bouncing puck. That could have been trouble. Mondu finds Lowe. Lowe, one-on-one. Let's see what he does. Lowe plays back for Payne. Payne, maybe a sharp angle pass there, doesn't go. Swearingen forces it back down low, and UCO will shovel it into the neutral zone. And Mondu golfs it as Payne goes on the forecheck. UCO moving through the neutral zone. Minute 30 to go here. If the Sooners get another goal, the time would be now. Keep an eye on Culbertson Bonds, and that puck goes into the stands and almost takes somebody out.
Loud crash as that one came down on the aluminum bleachers across from us. $1:23 to go, so the Sooners really got to get a rush here and leave yourself time to establish a 6-on-5 play afterwards should you score here.
Ben Mondu to the dot. And this one is won back by the Sooners. Here's Swearingen. Swearingen for Payne. Payne takes a look, and he will shovel it out of the zone. And the Sooners get a change. Kraus wraps it around his net. Crossing over, picking up speed. Passes to the neutral zone. Here's Iha. Iha shovels it forward for Kraus. Kraus back for Iha. Iha backhand pass, and it goes wide. Sooners down to their final minute of regulation here. Running out of time. Brown tries to chip it forward. Iha being stingy there on the forecheck. Blake plays it back. Finds Howe. Howe off the boards for Cavalcanti. UCO stands tall at the blue line. Puck takes a weird bounce. Here's Shura working in. Shura spins. Looking for somewhere to go. Plays it backwards. UCO with it behind their net. And here's Barone. Barone shovels it forward. Icing is called. 23.2 to go. Will Blake wins this draw back for Barone. Barone trying to find Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti checked by Shura. Puck turned over by OU. UCO working down low. Pass chip back. Barone plays it. 10 seconds to go here. And that will pretty much do it here as OU falls in the I-35 opener to UCO 4-2. As the UCO faithful gives their Broncos a stirring round of applause.
It was a rockin' barn all night, and the Sooners just came out a little bit flat-footed. If they were able to lock things up behind their own goal in the first period, this might be a completely different hockey game. But as it stands here, when you're only able to put 14 points up on the board, you can't stand to have any bounces that don't go your way. They had a few that didn't go their way tonight, and you got to play better than the bounces.
The Sooners were just outgunned this evening by UCO as the Broncos give a salute to their fans who, credit where it's due, they were rocking the barn all night.
Certainly have been. And you know, we've seen flashes this year of this Sooners team being quite a bit different than last year's, but it looked like a return to some old habits tonight, Ben.
Late in the third, the Sooners, they weren't connecting on passes. They were panicking with the puck, and it just didn't look like the same team we were used to seeing near the back end of their homestand here last month. And just not the performance Coach Arvanitis wanted to see out of his guys.
Handshake line tomorrow night for tonight. The UCO Broncos celebrating at center ice, and the Sooners will have a chance to come back and tie this series at 1 and get a very big resume-building piece on their season. Look back to last year, how this series opened up was a completely different story. 4-0 for the Broncos, and Culbertson Bond, another good game from the Sooners netminder, just not enough in the right places tonight.
The Sooners will get another crack at the Broncos tomorrow night, same time, same place, 7 p.m. at the Arctic Edge Ice Arena. You can catch the action here on Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night, but it's going to be a good game. For now, the streak goes to 14. Caleb and myself will be back on the call tomorrow evening. We will see you tomorrow night. For Caleb Shaw, for Amy Acevedo, for Lauren Simpkins, I'm Ben Dacu. You've been watching Sooner Hockey on OU Hockey TV.